Hello everybody and welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. We're going to be looking in this video at B2 on the Canadian Open paper from 2011. So here's the question. If you want to pause the video and try and work it out for yourself before proceeding, I encourage you to do that. What have we got? Integers A, B, C, and D, and E satisfy the following three properties. A is less than B is less than C is less than D is less than, so they're different, and they're between 2 and 100, specifically less than 100. A and E have no factors in common. Their GCD is 1, greatest common divisor. And then A, B, C, D, and E form a geometric sequence. Interesting. And we just want to know what's the value of C. Okay. So these conditions here, they seem a little vague. There might be lots of different geometric sequences that we can make this way, but maybe there's only one C, or maybe there's just one sequence and we can fiddle around and figure it out, and they just want the answer of what's the middle one. Okay, so geometric sequence. Every geometric sequence looks the same. You start with one term, and then you keep multiplying by this number r, called the constant ratio. So if we had a 5-term geometric sequence, which we do, we'd have something like this. So B looks like A times some number, C looks like B times that same number, or A times that number squared, and so on. Okay. Now they're integers, which makes me think that, well, A is an integer. Could R be an integer? Well, if R was an integer, then the GCD of A and E would be R to the 4, or would be A. But we know the GCD is 1, and so that would make A 1, but they specifically tell us in the question A is at least 2. Okay, at least 2, so A can't be 1. And so similarly, R is not an integer. Okay. So R is not an integer. A and E have no integers in common. Well, E over A would be R to the 4. B and A are integers, so R is a rational number. Since R is AR over A, which is B over A. So it's at least rational. We can't get away with some sort of irrational number. So we might say let R equal P over Q in lowest terms. Right, something like that. Well then, E is an integer. So A P to the 4 over Q to the 4 is an integer. And P and Q don't share factors because I just said P and Q are in lowest terms. So therefore, Q to the 4 has to divide A. Now Q is an integer, so is P. In fact, they're both positive integers. So A has to be a multiple of some power of 4. Now there are not many powers of 4 between 1 and 100, so Q could be 2 or 3, but Q can't be 4 because then 4 to the 4 is 256, and A would have to be a multiple of 256, which means A is out of range. So A could be 16 or any multiple of 16. These are all nice options. 96 also. Or it could be 81, and that's about it. Okay. So, what do we have here? Well, if A is equal to K Q to the 4, then E is going to be divided by Q to the 4. You'll get K is left, and then you get P to the 4. K is a common divisor. But they said the greatest common divisor of A and E is 1. So K is 1. Therefore, A is Q to the 4, P, and E is P to the 4. and A is less than E. So what we've done is we've sort of eliminated these possibilities. A is either 16 or 81, but E is also a power of 4, and it's got to be the bigger one. So A has to be 16, E has to be 81. Our R has to be 3 over 2, and now I can figure out C. C is AR squared, which is 16, 3 squared over 2 squared. So that's 16 times 9, so 36. And there we go, we got our final answer. Actually, we can figure out the whole sequence. 16, 24, 36, divide by 2, multiply by 3, 54, and then 81. Okay, so that is A, B, C, D, and E. You didn't actually need that. They were just asking for C, but it's always nice to write down the whole sequence, make sure everything is an integer, just because, you know, if we screwed up and somehow D wasn't an integer, we'd have to re-examine our work. But quick little check, those 5 numbers, they're all integers, geometric sequence, we're good to go. All right, so up next will be B3. So if you'd like to, join me for that, and if you haven't already tried it, once again, I'll remind you, you can get a copy of this contest by clicking the very first link down below. Try B3 out, and I'll meet you for the video next time.